Welcome to the 90s Simply the Best, where we showcase two games from a great decade in rugby league, the 1990s. In this episode, we focus on the international game with a pair of great test matches from the 90s.
And here's the kickoff. Australia left to right, the one-off test, and the Frenchman given the task of bringing it back towards the 20-metre line. Just outside the 20-metre point and then forced back. A good tackle by Harrigan. Harrigan and Fairley involved with Roberts in the opening exchanges. The French front row forward unasked. 25 out from his own line. Now Ataya. Welcome to Test football. On tar, the little fellow in 7. The big number 11, the blonde-headed fellow is Crew. The dummy half you'll be watching in 9 is Touré. The kick down the ground off his boot and fielded for the first time in Test football in the famous green and gold jumper, Russell Mullins. Or Brett Mullins, I beg your pardon. I was thinking that his relations were in the stand. He told me earlier watching the game. Bill, of course, his dad, and Russell, a close relation, Brett, in his first Australian jumper.
Great shot there from Garcia. The winger really shortened up Steve Renouf as Harrigan takes the ball over the halfway line. As you would expect, a very enthusiastic start from the Frenchman. Very aggressive in some of their defence.
Michael Hancock called into the side for Khan, and then from Langer across for Daly. To hospital tomorrow for Daly, the arthroscope. And now the French fullback Frison. 15 away from his own line. On tar, a dummy half. A short pass put down by Seven. Opening 3 minutes of the game. Langer with a tap across, and then Daly, and running off the hip is Fairley. Pops the ball onto Renouf. 2 metres out from the line. Walters at acting half. He looks at the blind side, and Daly pops the pass, and diving in for the first try is Big Ian Roberts. Roberts gets the first points of the match.
Well, it comes from a mistake from France. Second tackle, they surrendered the football.
And the highest point scorer at 254. The kick in flight just offline. So Australia, after only 3 minutes of the test match, leading France by 4 points to 0. Brett Mullins brings it back. Seven is the man that chases in the number 2. Crew working hard in number 11 for the French. 4-0 as the ball goes wide. Quickly out to Renouf, and now Michael Hancock is flying. Comes to the fullback, gets past him, gets inside the 30-metre line. Now they've got him. Tenner and Leong. 20 metres out from the line. Australia quick to the right. Daly runs to the line. Fairley juggles it, pushes it on. Renouf is in space. Renouf heads for the line for the first time tonight. And Renouf gets the second Australian try. Some people might think I'm about to talk about the grand final tries, the conversion by Meninga. But that World Cup try was a beauty, wasn't it? 11th minute, Australia 10-0 over the Frenchman now. And they will meet again, of course, before the end of 1994. As Mullins tries to escape. Steve Walters. Alan Langer. Daly, the run around with Langer and running into trouble. And that number 12 is getting through a lot of work, Artia.
He's working very hard. As Mullins puts the shoe back on. So to majority of the Frenchmen is Andrew Eddinghausen down the sideline. Will score.
And Eddinghausen, he'll drag him over the line. He does that for our third try.
Now it's a double movement. Ruled that Andrew Eddinghausen fell short of the line, promoted the football.
It hasn't come back to hurt the Australians. In fact, a try resulted off the last incident. Langer with a long ball. Daly sends Harrigan back into the centre. And the defence in the centre hasn't been all that bad. As Walters goes looking for a try, holds it back. Roberts gets his second. Big Ian Roberts gets his second try.
Oh, he's a try-scoring machine, Ian Roberts.
He gets out. He's a great ball player, Steve Walters. A select little pass to Ian Roberts. It's the forwards combining well on the fringe of the ruck there. He gets his second try. A man who hasn't toured overseas as yet.
Michael Cronin with 93 holds it. Meninga has currently kicked 92. Make that 93. and he equals the Cronin record. Australia then, 23rd minute, 16-0 over the Frenchman.
Well, they're just hanging on here, the Frenchman, as the shake of the head from Mullins shows the frustration. They've had a couple of sets of 6 in a row here. Steve Walters opts to go back 10 metres just to give the side a little bit more room. They go to the backs immediately.
Daly is with it. They're back outside the 20-metre line. He dummied once, then for the captain, and Mal Meninga goes in and scores a try. Deserving of this champion centre, playing as an Australian captain for the last time on Australian soil. 20th try in that career, 262 test points now, and his 4th try against the Frenchman. He debuted Mal in 1982 against the New Zealanders. He converts his own try, and Australia leading 22 points to nil after 29 minutes. Australia winning this scrum just 33 metres out from the French line. It's with Meninga. Mullins comes in from the back, runs 20 metres, floats it over the top. It looks forward. Hancock doesn't really care. He goes for the corner and doesn't make it.
Well, that's great cover defence. Looked like a certain try. Again, Mullins taking advantage of the work out wide. The French fullback must come up into the defensive line. You'll see him appear shortly at the right of screen. There he is, but he's there after the horse has bolted. That looked forward. The 5'8" couldn't come up with the tackle. What number 4 in Despan did. The Green Eagles could just about run in another try here. Harrigan up the blind.
Walters into dummy half. Fittler steps off the right foot, takes the tackle of Torre. Leong over the top. Walters again for Langer. The choice of Fairley and Siren, and he takes the latter. The big man gets a pass away. Fittler gets it on for Harrigan. Harrigan a couple of metres short of the line. Thought about a double movement. Then plays the ball for Walters to spear it on. Langer pushes it out. Daly looks for an opening. Then stands, gets a pass away. Meninga flops it over the top, and Mullins gets a try in his debut game for Australia. Brett Mullins gets the try.
And great to see. He's had a fine 37 minutes.
And Wally Lewis is still in front of Mal as well. There's the kick, and that gives him 94 test goals. And that makes him the highest goal kicker in Test football. 28-0 after 39 minutes. Daly, Meninga, Renouf ran the decoy. Mullins is the runner. He's already put 1 try away for the Australians. Hancock cutting back in, stepping off his left foot. Now crossing the 20-metre line, held by Shimura. Coming over the top, Tenner and also Leong. That's where they are. Hancock to play it back eventually. And no mark as he opts to play it forward. Back for Walters. Opportunity for Australia. Shut down. Good defence there by Baudouin and also Atia. Langer now looking for a call. Daly gives it to him. Renouf on his left, but Daly smothered by defence. Back now. Daly has drawn several defenders into him, as has Roberts. They're just outside that 10-metre line. And here it is, Fittler. Coming across, looking for Mullins. Mullins for Renouf. Renouf gets his second. Steve Renouf goes in for his second try of the night. Another record with his goal kicking here tonight. And this one is not too bad, but just off to the left of the upright. 32-0 happens in just about every rugby league match we watch. Put down by Atia, that's a shame because he's been good. Walters away from Meninga, Meninga for Eddinghausen, and the flashing winger goes for the corner. This time he gets it down, this time no double movement, and this time E.T. puts his name in the record book.
It was going to be a pace race, wasn't it, in the end? And E.T. come up with the goods. Too good. He's a great finisher, E.T. As you mentioned at half-time, he's having a blinder tonight, so well-deserved of a try.
10th test try for Andrew Eddinghausen.
Great player now. Meninga fails with that kick, not a good one. Eddinghausen's playing great football.
Lost his footing. It probably looked a lot worse than it really was. Walters now, dummy half, pushing it right. Langer looks for runners. Fittler's with him close. Fittler gets away from one. Steps through another. Fairly supports. Tackle by Shimura. 17 is out there for France now. Georgie. As the Australians go through another hole. Daly for Roberts. Roberts back for Daly. Daly goes over. And Laurie gets his first try of the match. To determine the future of Laurie Daly as Mal Meninga with 4 from 7 misses again. I don't think it's a chore in rugby league. In fact, that's the right word for it. I think Mal looks upon goal kicking as a chore.
It's a French scrum feed.
And a mistake as the French make a meal of possession. Mullen strides out inside for Daly, and Laurie gets his second. Well, when Lady Luck turns against you, she can be an awful thing, can't she? Put down by Shamora and also by Atia.
Last tackle, but they've got no numbers out wide, the French. They should run the football here, the Australians.
Langer pushing it on. Daly keeps it going. Fittler is out there, involved in everything. Roberts turns it back, and now it's with Daly once more. The French are very tired. They can hardly pick their feet up. Daly kicks Brasher. Brasher. Oh, Renouf jumped out of the ground and claimed his third try. Oh, freaky stuff.
Oh, you went for the photo finish and came up with the wrong one. Steve Renouf, he sprouted wings. Brasher, I think the kick from Laurie Daly saw Brasher out the side of his vision. He was the man intended for, but Steve Renouf hurt the grass, keeping the ball alive on the last. Thought he might have kicked there, Laurie Daly, because things had broken down, but a little shimmy.
But how quick is Renouf? He's given Brasher a couple start and a beating. Beautiful try. I love that stuff.
Just as Timmy Brasher saw his name in the scorebook, Renouf stolen it off him.
We've reached the half-century mark with 22 minutes left on the game clock.
Oh, and Brasher looks down at that sand pile. 59 minutes gone. Australia have reached the half-century. Fittler lets Meninga run the decoy. Mullins is with it. Plenty of traffic out there for him, though, to contend with. Fittler calls it a game. Mackay running close on the right. Walters hears a call back on the blind. Meninga is there, but it's gone right for Langer, then for Daly, and now for McGregor. They won't stop the big Illawarra centre. A fine Origin series, and now rewarded in his first Australian jumper with a try. And it was from there that League went on the decline as Union over there bought up the better players. Brasher angling back in. Brasher coming out. 10 metres out from the line. McGregor.
Laying a signal to his outside men again. They're going to run this one, and they've got numbers.
Fairley. David Fresh tries to hold him, but he can't, and Fittler goes through to score. Well, Brad Fittler gets the try, and very deserving of it. And that is a record-breaking margin at this point over a French side.
And a big performance by the Australians in a Kangaroo tour year.
And there it is, the siren. The hand goes out from Andrew Eddinghausen, acknowledging the French performance. 58-0, though, is a record win by an Australian side over France.